think I'll put some extra in the wrapper for you. So, we've got Tina next to us.
So, PowerPoints are not my thing, as you can tell. I'm being a little bit sneaky because this is teaching and learning, I know that, but if we don't have teachers, then we don't have teaching and learning. And here are 9 points to get you thinking about teacher wellbeing and mental health. And I've got a little plea for you at the end, okay? So, outside you'll find this up by the cakes in one of the most prominent places, obviously, with all the information filled in. So please do take one and don't feel like you have to try and remember anything that I'm saying. So here are some random facts for you then. April 2018, the union represents that 80% of people that they surveyed have considered leaving the profession because of workload issues. 80%. Probably not you guys, because you're all here and you're all on it and happy and glad to be in teaching. It's all good. 50%, so this is reported in January in the Independent, 50% of all teachers have reported a diagnosis for a mental health issue. So that's 50% of all of our workforce that have been diagnosed, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, because we know that there are people who don't get diagnosed, and we know we all struggle on and cling on with our fingernails and hope that things will get better before we even take steps to go to a doctor. So those two things scare me a lot, okay? The last one scares me the most. I've been teaching for 23 years, and in my staff room, I am one of the most experienced members of staff in the staff room. And that scares the crap out of me, because some days I'm amazing, and other days I put my car keys in the fridge. And who have I got to go to for experience and knowledge and all of that kind of stuff? Actually, it's the people that are coming to me, and if I've got one of those bad days, then they've got no hope. And this is the thing, people are leaving in their droves, and it's all about looking after each other. Okay, so I do appreciate this is a funny place to present this, because you all are all choosing to be here on an evening, on your own time. You know, you've abandoned your families, you've abandoned your work and everything else to be here. But think about all of the people that you represent in your schools, all the people that aren't here. They've made choices for various reasons. Some of those reasons might be that they're just not feeling the love for it at the moment. So, what can we do about that? Okay, so this middle column here, okay, your first step, so again, 3 for 3, so your first step is you've got to know what the situation is. So if you are in a school where you totally know what's going on with staff mental health and wellbeing, that's fantastic. If you don't, this is what you do about it. Firstly, you start with yourself, and there is a survey. I've put a QR code on the little leaflet thing. There is a survey that you can do that is just, are you stressed? And if you are stressed, here are some things that you could do about it. Okay? Dude. This is like proper serious now. The other thing you can do is you can survey the whole staff. And when I say the whole staff, I mean everybody from cleaners upwards, everybody in the building. Okay? If you want some questions to be able to do that, email me. My email address is on here. So I've got a whole one that we've already done. Next thing, you have to know what you've got to do about it. So these 5 things have been banded around. There's a Twitter account called Teach 5 a Day, and it's all about getting those 5 things into your life and making sure that you are reflecting on them so that you are a bit more sensible, a bit more whole as a person, rather than just being buried under the treadmill that is teaching, okay? Really easy stuff, like connect, go and sit in the staff room, have a cup of coffee with somebody, and actually just sit and listen to people. It's amazing how much people don't feel listened to, and that survey one just fixes all of that. Even if you can't fix people's problems, you can listen to their opinions about it. There's other ideas, again, on the leaflet, have a look at that. Volunteering, this counts. You are volunteering, you're giving up your time, and sometimes coaching, which I know is coming next, whoever's doing the coaching one, coaching is a massive element of volunteering, which makes people feel nurtured and loved and looked after. Again, on here, you've got Teach 5 a Day on Twitter, if you're on Twitter, and if you're on Facebook, there is an account that's just newly started up called Standing Together in Education. And then a load of other stuff, like mental wellbeing, I forget what the rest is, but Standing Together in Education, it'll be really apparent when you have a look. And there is a big drive to gather together a community to kind of help move each other forward with this. This one, how do you do it? Well, we need to stand together when we need to make a stand. You can't, I'm not saying go out on strike, I'm saying we need to look after each other. And what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to kind of create a little support network for everybody. And seeing as we are all in this local community, I thought maybe that would be a nice opportunity for us all to get together a little bit. So if you're interested, email me, because I would love to start something going. Who? You. Why? Because teaching, okay? So, last bit, right? So if you look at well-being in schools, what we're doing at the moment in our schools, we're doing You've Been Mugged. So I'm sorry to people that are now hearing this and realise they haven't got a mug. We are leaving mugs on desks with all sweets filled in and little tags and nice labels and ribbons saying, you've been mugged, we love you, you're great, go and mug someone else. But actually, these are all lovely, but it's only the icing on the cake. And if your approach to well-being is only by doing the stuff that's on the surface, you can't build a cake from the icing upwards. You literally can't do it. So these are nice, all these things, Cake Fridays, yoga, all that stuff, it's the icing, okay? Do it, but you also have to know who's got the responsibility in your school for mental health and wellbeing. Teacher mental health. You cannot look after students and their mental health unless you've looked after your own, okay? So who has responsibilities in your school? If somebody doesn't, start pounding the drum until somebody admits that they've actually got to do something about that. The middle bit, the cake that you put your icing on, is your school policies. So start digging around. Has your school got policies about teacher wellbeing? If they haven't, what do you think they might look like? And what could you do to be involved in making a change in your schools? And oh, for the love of God, if one person in this room goes and passes that message on, pat on the arm, cup of coffee in the staff room, or just saying, have you spoken to the doctor recently? If one person does that to any other person in your schools, then that will have made a huge difference to somebody's life. So please, if you want to get involved, pick up a leaflet, email me, and let's take some action and do something amazing.